Anthony Magnabosco here. Thanks for joining me for another one of my breakdown tutorials. I want to illustrate the versatility of street epistemology, so I've taken a conversation that is not about the God belief, but about politics. And it didn't happen face-to-face, but over social media instead. Twitter to be specific. Now I realize that looking at the screen with a bunch of tweets on it is not going to make for a very interesting video. So I've asked a few notable atheists to narrate the tweets. Listen for their voices, and then at the end of the video, I'll reveal who they were. I'd also like you to listen for parallels between this conversation and the typical God belief conversations that I normally have. Thanks a lot, and enjoy.
Pack of teens beats man to death near Ferguson, but protests sparse.
Here's the difference, Obama haters. Police have arrested 3 teens and we're looking for 1 or possibly 2 more in the brutal murder.
There is nothing Obama has done to make me think he isn't a racist traitor of Christian Americans.
Without getting too into the weeds here, Fox News makes a controversial tweet which results in a whole bunch of people writing back about how bad our president is. I couldn't resist jumping into the fray, so the tweet that you see here is essentially a modern-day version of me yelling at the TV set, like my grandfather used to do when I was a kid. But it does result in Terry coming forward, and we start this discussion.
Then there is your bias, Terry. Remember this.
I really thought that this was just a one-off drive-by situation. If I had known that I was embarking on a long conversation with Terry, I would have never sent a tweet like that.
Facts are facts. Unless you're living off the system and everything's free is the only reason to keep him.
Obama remains in power because he was elected to do so. Do you not like the U.S. or its Constitution?
Here I'm testing the waters. Is this a budding conversation where I can use street epistemology?
That's the problem, Anthony. Obama doesn't follow my Constitution. He thinks he's above it.
Can you provide me with your one best example so I can research? Are you referring to immigration, perhaps?
Looking back, I shouldn't have asked that second question about immigration. I had just been reading about it, so it was on my mind at the time. I really should have just left it open and ended it after the first question.
For starters, Obama is responsible for the racial divide in Ferguson, Missouri.
Excellent. It seems we have a topic.
He's also trying to take away our guns, crash our economy, and remove God from government.
Ugh! Terry scatters detours everywhere. But it's important to stick with one topic and to avoid distractions.
Thanks. Let's stick with this first one. Just so I understand, are you saying Obama is responsible for the violent reactions in Ferguson?
He provoked it. He should have never got involved, knowing it would cause a race divide.
Here I probably could have asked Terry what she would accept to change her mind, but I asked her something different.
Thanks. Can you tell me how Obama provoked it? Did he say or do something specific that you could point me to?
Obama sent 3 representatives to Michael Brown's funeral, for starters.
Got you. Obama sent 3 reps to Brown's funeral. What message do you think Obama was trying to send with that action?
Writing "got you" was risky. It could have given Terry the impression that I was saying, I got you, like I caught her in something, or perhaps even that I agreed with her. It's a good example of something that might only occur over social media and not during a face-to-face.
That the white police officer, Darren Wilson, was guilty and a racist.
Just sending 1 rep would have sent the message that Obama thought the cop was a racist? Do I have that right?
Some of my tweets might seem redundant, but I feel it's extremely important to clarify often, particularly over social media.
Obama getting involved showed he supported Brown, Wilson was a racist, and law enforcement was wrong.
Instead of saying, no he didn't, I try to ask a more productive question.
Yes, I understand you believe this, Terry. I just want to understand how we could discover that it really was the case.
I love the word we. How can we discover this really was the case? This is a partnership. We're working together. We're not adversaries.
Well, just look at what happened. There's the proof. If I don't answer right away, it means I am running errands.
No problem, same for me. Kiddos to pick up from school shortly.
I like this part because it humanizes us. We're not just blips on a screen. And if you're comfortable using your real name during these conversations, please consider doing so.
Are you saying the riots are proof that Obama sent a message that the cop was racist by sending 3 reps to Brown's funeral?
As he knew he would do. What other outcome could he have expected from sticking his nose in this?
I see. How might we figure out that was really the case? Could there have been other factors at play here, or was that it?
Didn't you see the riots? Obama wanted that to happen.
Sorry, and correct me if I'm wrong here. Are you saying Obama wanted people to riot over perceived racism?
I'm waiting for you to give me some sort of debate, but you only come back with another question.
Terry's tweet is perfect because street epistemology is not about debate. While she may enjoy or at least expect that type of thing, that's not my objective. We're right on track.
I feel like we're making progress. Please be patient with me. Thank you. And to be clear, I am not interested in a debate. I want a sincere discussion to understand you better.
I thought you were going to come back with your opinions on his behavior and why you think he's right.
I get the sense that Terry has battled before, and she's probably not quite used to this approach. I attempt to explain my objectives.
Sorry, no. I want to understand why you believe the things you believe. And if you are correct, I want to learn from you. And if you are mistaken, I would like to help you see that. Can we proceed?
Oh, I see. Well, I do feel that I'm correct, and I hope you are seeing things my way.
Why do you think Obama wanted to send a message by sending 3 reps to Brown's funeral that he thought the cop was racist?
I'm not a racist. I love people of all colors, race, and creed.
Simple misunderstandings over social media are commonplace.
Sorry, I wasn't implying you are racist. I'll try that again with emphasis. Why do you think Obama wanted to send a message by sending 3 reps to Brown's funeral that he thought the cop was racist?
You just keep asking questions and don't answer my points. Continue.
Terry is getting frustrated with my Socratic questioning, and it's not clear how much longer she'll stick around. It's another good example of the differences between a face-to-face and an online encounter.
What do you think Obama wanted to achieve by sending a message that he thought the cop was racist?
Exactly what happened is what he wanted to achieve, a racial divide. To be honest, he's done everything in his power to destroy America. So whatever he can do, he does. He thinks he can do anything he wants to do. King Obama is a dictator.
Sure, but I'm still trying to understand why Obama would incite a racial divide. What do you think he would gain from it?
Using the word sure was a poor choice. It could have given Terry the impression that I was in agreement with her, or perhaps even being sarcastic. Interesting or I see may have been a better choice. Now a full day passes before I tweet to Terry again.
Yes, please give it a little thought. I truly want to understand what Obama would gain from creating a racial divide.
Another full day passes with no response, so I tweet back.
Hello, Terry. Hope you're doing well. Were you able to think of a reason why Obama would want to create a racial divide?
Another day passes. Now reflective pauses are great, but this is ridiculous. I try to ratchet things up a bit without being too accusatory in my next tweet.
If one is unable to identify what Obama would gain from a racial divide, is it possible that your conclusion could be mistaken?
Try to avoid the word wrong and use the word mistaken instead.
No, I'm not mistaken at all. He's trying to start a civil war, blacks against whites. He'd do anything in his power, so he will not stop until he achieves his goal. I'm going to stop talking with you because you never defend your position.
Thanks again, Terry. Because street epistemology is not about defending a position. It's about asking questions to uncover truths.
Please don't stop because of that. I want to believe true things, don't you? If what you're saying is true, I'll accept it.
Obama wants a racial divide so blacks and whites will fight, and then he can declare martial law.
You keep saying what he is doing. I want to know why. Why would Obama do this? Why would he intentionally create a racial divide?
I already said, so Obama can declare martial law. Then he can become the dictator of this country, even though he already is a dictator. As he keeps going, there will be no election. It's his destiny to do this, and will do anything to get it done.
Terry gives me a little bit more to work with here. Next, I want to see if her beliefs are falsifiable.
I see. Thanks. If Obama were to end his term in 2 years, in accordance with the U.S. Constitution, and not remain in power, would that change your position in any way with regards to your claim that Obama wants to be a dictator?
Obama is trying to not end his term. His destiny is one nation under Islam. He will be stopped somehow, some way. Just look at Benghazi, the IRS, and immigration.
We're talking about racial division. What are these things doing here? That's right, they're detours. Ignore them and stay on track.
Yes, I understand that you believe this, Terry. But in what way would you ever accept that it was not really true?
I'm still trying to figure out if Terry's beliefs are falsifiable. I'll try again with this next question.
Would Obama ending his term on schedule cause you to revise your hypothesis or not?
Obama just wants to rule our country. Like a king, he'll do anything to get there.
Ugh! Terry's not answering me. Notice how she's avoiding my question? This could be cognitive dissonance setting in.
I'm not convinced he's doing that, but I'm open to believing it. Please answer my open question, or I can repeat it if needed.
Street epistemology is also about being open to your interlocutor's position. Terry very well could be correct. Would a proselytizing preacher agree to do the same?
Obama just wants to rule our country like a king. He'll do anything to get there. Please explain your question.
It's becoming clear that Terry is obfuscating. She doesn't, or can't, give an example of what would change her mind.
Thanks for asking for clarification. I meant, if Obama turned over power to the next president at the January inauguration, would you still think he wants to be a dictator? Or would you say you were mistaken on that one claim?
Rules don't matter to Obama, and he has no respect for the inauguration, and he doesn't want to end his term.
That still doesn't answer my question, so I decide to recap the conversation thus far. Doing so can be useful for many reasons.
Thanks. So let me repeat this back just to make sure I understand it. And please correct me if I'm mistaken on anything. 1. You believe Obama sent reps to a funeral so he could create a racial divide in this country. 2. This racial divide will help Obama become a dictator. 3. As dictator, Obama will not give up his power. 4. Even if Obama gave a president position at inauguration, you'd still believe he intends to remain in power as a dictator. Did I get that all correct? Please correct me, as I don't want to misrepresent you in any way.
I really don't want to misrepresent Terry. Now, recapping is helpful because it gives her a chance to see and read the anomalies of her thinking in her own words, which is far more powerful than anything that I can say to her.
Tell me one thing, just one thing that Obama has done that has helped all Americans and not a specific group. Just one.
It's a great question, Terry. I'll have to really think about that.
Take your time because I understand you will need a while.
Terry is clearly lashing out with that comment. Should I do the same thing in return?
Thank you. Reviewing my numbered list of tweets, did I accurately portray your position on things thus far?
Heck no. Meet hostility with kindness.
What I have said is what I believe. I'm waiting for answers from you.
Would you mind clarifying why you'd still maintain the belief when it would no longer be accurate? Or did I miss something?
I'm getting tired of answering your questions, but you never answer mine.
Yeah, she's not going to move forward unless I answer one of her questions. You'll sometimes have to do that, and that's fine.
I promise I will answer any questions you have, but if we could, I'm intrigued by why you believe what you believe.
You are not listening to me, and you need to watch the news more.
I truly feel like I have, but I will seek some fresher news sources to help broaden my views. Now, where were we? Are you saying Obama will declare martial law before a new president is elected to secure his dictatorship then, Terry?
Being on Twitter, some of my followers noticed the discussion and couldn't help themselves from weighing in.
You're claiming made-up reasons about things he's never said or acted on. Why not hate him for something real? For your information, I don't like Obama. He's a warmonger and a corporate pawn.
Fortunately, Terry ignores the distraction, but she won't answer my question unless I answer hers first.
You need to answer my question. Name one thing Obama has done to help all Americans.
I make one more attempt to get back to our original conversation.
We can certainly go that route, but I'd like to close the funeral, rep, racial divide, dictator loop first, if that's all right.
I've been upfront with you and answered your questions, but you don't answer mine.
Terry is not having it.
Simple question, Terry. If he follows rules and exits on time under his own power, will you admit you were wrong?
You'll find that distractions will try to derail your talk over social media. Try your best to diffuse them and move on.
With all respect, Joe, this is complicated enough. Would you mind just observing for now? Thanks for considering.
Before we go any further, you need to answer my question. Name one thing he has done that benefited all Americans.
I fully intend to answer Terry's question, but street epistemology is difficult to turn off.
Thanks. So I have an idea of what you'd accept as a valid answer, and I don't waste your time. What would be your best example where a former president did something that benefited all Americans?
No, I'm not going there. Just stick with Obama.
Are there any past examples from other administrations you can point to as an example so I can see if Obama did something remotely similar? And again, thank you for being sincere and honest. I'll strive to do the same.
I thank Terry and tell her that I want to reciprocate, but she's losing patience quickly.
I'm not talking about other presidents. I'm talking about King Obama.
When you reel that nutfish on boat, hit overhead quickly with mallet. Put out of delusional misery.
There's another distraction. Can you see how negative comments like this don't contribute to a conversation?
I mean, if we couldn't come up with even one example where a president did something to help all Americans, would it really be right to hold this president to that standard? I'll give it some more thought tonight and tomorrow, Terry.
You have never, and still haven't, answered any of my questions. It's like pulling teeth. I can't do it anymore. Sorry.
It looks like Terry's gone, but I try to end things on an optimistic note.
Apologies. I'd truly love an open dialogue with you, and hope you'll think about our talk. Please contact me anytime, Terry.
It's unclear if I made any progress with Terry, but her irrationality was on full display here. It also became clear that she knew that she didn't know. Less than 24 hours after this discussion, I noticed that Terry deleted many of her tweets to me. Perhaps I did make an impact. Face-to-face conversations are better for street epistemology, in my opinion. Now, social media is still great for practice. Given the choice between email, Facebook, or Twitter, I would recommend Twitter because it forces everyone to be brief. That concludes my breakdown tutorial. I hope that you found some value in it. Thank you again for watching, and all the best.
Simple fucking question, Terry. If he follows rules and exits on time. I'm just playing, Anthony. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. All right. Peace, man. God, that's hard to say. Fucking Anthony.